NPL as a black hole approach. He said, the honorable member said, sugar workers is our problem. But if we say this, Mr. Speaker, if the sugar workers is our problem, it is a problem we happily accept. And for us, sugar workers and the sugar industry, it is a solution, it is an opportunity for us. At no time will we abandon the sugar workers. Call it our problem, call it bailout, call it black hole. We are going to stick with it because we believe it. It's similar vein. We believe in the bauxite industry, and we're going to stick with it. We're going to work with it. We're going to fix it because we believe. Mr. Speaker, we believe on this side. We believe in the Guyanese dream. We believe in the Guyana dream. We believe in the opportunity. We believe that Guyana comes first. We believe that nothing that you say will stop us from believing. Nothing that you say will cause us to lose hope. As Obama said, hope is essential for success. And for us, hope is the foundation. Mr. Speaker, the $1 billion transfer to assist are in excess of $100 million US. If the corporation is allowed to fail, there will be considerable foreign exchange loss to the economy. The impact on the foreign exchange currency market would have wider implications for national economic well-being. It would threaten exchange rate, Moses, and price stability, with the implication for the import of critical capital and consumer goods. Declining foreign earnings could trigger depreciation in the exchange rate. Mr. Speaker, let us now look to the support for Guyana power and lighting. The $5.8 billion to support GPL cash flow requirements. This represents an effective subsidy of approximately $34,940 per consumer per annum. Are you saying in rejecting this subsidy that you're going to deny the ordinary Guyanese of that incentive where the government is taking up a cost of almost $60,000 on their behalf? Of course, Mr. Speaker, they must concern themselves because this subsidy is what is going to mitigate against cost increases
even by this.
And what is the real value? The real value for the more than 42,500 citizens who are elderly is not only the increase of 25%. If you add the subsidy for water and the subsidy for electricity, you are talking about a real benefit of $18,745 for every veteran. That is the reality. $18,745 per month. Honorable Cabinet Representative, not 15,000. Let us look at companies. The measure, and the honorable member asked about tax reform. He asked about tax reform. Here, although we did not get the report as yet, the government is sticking to its commitment to have reforms that will benefit to the society. If you look at companies, and let us assume a company now owns net property amounting to $40 million. Under the previous structure, the company would be required to pay taxes of $276,000. Under this new structure, that company would only be paying $187,500 taxes. These are small companies. Property tax on individuals. Under the old structure, companies would have been paying for the same 40 million, assuming the 40 million. Companies would have been paying $231,250. Under the new system, it is substantially reduced by almost $35,000. Mortgage interest relief. Low-income earner. Let us look at the low-income earner in the upper limit as defined by the banking sector. When you apply the mortgage interest relief, you would see that if that tax earner, and here we talk about young people owning homes for the first time, if they take the cost savings as a result of the interest rebate and apply it to the principal, they will save 2 months every year. When you translate that to a 25 years loan, you are saving almost 4.5 years from the loan payment time.
Exactly. They don't have to tell.
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable
A dream
Minister of
is just
Finance
a dream.
noted in his presentation last week that budget 2013 makes provision for everyone, including the 42,500 old age pensioners who will be part of that dream. The 184,000 taxpayers will benefit from a reduction in the personal
parliamentary approvals. Each year, we are told of economic growth. This year, we're told of expect 5.3% growth, and to expect for the seventh year positive growth. But why then do we have 50% of the population ordering $300 per household per month? When will some of this great wealth begin to flow in the direction of the poor so that they too can rise above the poverty line? Mr. Speaker, now is the time then for an increase in wages. We are asking for 10% across the board in the first instance, public servants, and for an increase in the minimum wage. The minister says our economy is healthy with positive growth rates. So why is he silent on the call for reduction of VAT? Instead of heeding our call for 10% across the board for public servants and for a living wage, he breaks his silence only to tout multi-year wage agreements as accepted by the teachers' union. There is no increase in wages. The government persuaded the teachers to accept a multi-year deal of 5%, sweetened with a number of things, like duty-free cars for some headmasters. But in exchange for a multi-year agreement, they in fact really got nothing. Nothing extra that other persons who did not agitate received. So those who did not participate in agitating, they also got the same 5%. So nobody got anything extra, PSU. Your union. Why go to the trouble to fight for an increase in what they said when all are going to get the same thing? We say today that multi-year agreements lock in unions. Inflation and wage value outweigh this trend. Collective bargaining must be retained, and we shall continue to battle for collective bargaining for all workers and unions. Mr. Speaker, mining is one of the traditional pillars of our economy. The minister gushes that gold production has reached other. More jobs, he claims, will be created. What he has not told us is the real cost of this money to the society as a whole. Go to the internet and Google Major General retired Joe Singh. The pictures you will see of our rivers will show the unbelievable discoloration and the damage to our river banks as a result of dredging and other mineral extraction. A few days ago, we saw the deadly effect of the outbreak of waterborne diseases in Region 1 as the residents of Port Kaichumo struggled to contend with polluted water from the river. There is a quote that says, and I quote now, "Only when the last tree has died, and the last river has been poisoned, and the last fish has been caught, will we realize that we cannot eat money." End of quote. Tell us then, Mr. Minister, since gold production was the highest in history, even 20.8% higher than last year, how much will we set aside from this wealth to clean up our rivers? How do you intend to restore our river banks? And how do you plan to enhance the capacity of the Environmental Protection Agency and other environmental forces to adequately police mining operations, ensuring best international safety practices are maintained, so the residents can live in a clean and safe environment? Show us some of the wealth extracted will use to help the small man enjoy a better standard. No, sorry. Doctor is current and latest. Honor.
Cutting on your
I
time.
know it's not given to a person to say doctor. You have to say mister. If you're doing a CV of somebody, then you say, yeah, doctor. And then all that doctor says. These pensioners have paid their dues. They have contributed. This is on their backs, on their sacrifices that today we stand. We honor them and we acknowledge their contribution. It is therefore not too much to give them a living pension so that they may live the rest of their life in comfort. We ought also to reform the contribution now with a dignified mean. But sir, the real handouts continue. GPL and Gaisuko. It is these official examine. The minor, the minister speaking on the sugar industry asserts that, and I quote, no effort must be spared to ensure the long-term viability and competitiveness and profitability of the industry. He confesses that the $39.5 billion was spent to recapitalize and support this industry, and that last year he transferred $4 billion for the same purpose. We have been hearing about the modernization of the industry for a long time, and the vaunted turnaround plan, which will deliver 400,000 tons of sugar. Each year, targets are set. Each year's targets a few months later are revised. And each year, these targets are still not met. We need full accountability for the money poured into this industry over the years.
That's right.
This year, the excuses for continued failure are the same as before. But now, he wants $1 billion to be transferred and a new turnaround plan is to be prepared. The returns do not give us value for money. With an unchanged management team, money will continue to be wasted. A new technical team is needed at this industry, including a more packaging plant, before any transfers can be given safely to this entity. The same applies to GPL. You have just had an example of the success or lack thereof. People live GPL. Every time you go home and you have to change. Every time you look at you have to call it children still have to travel long distances to fetch water.
It's a fire. It's a fire.
What will survive?
It's a fire.
I live next to Sapphire.
You want to be
You
married?
know what is the fire? It's the fire.
What the Bible on them? Overhead tanks are still needed.
We're having a visit.
Overhead tanks, they said, are still needed. People still have to buy treated water.
Yes.
Just like you have the cost of delivering water to households. Martin Luther King, in the 1967 speech, asked, why is it that people have to pay water bills in a world that is two-thirds water? We are a land. We are a land of many waters. And we see no relief to our water costs. The delivery of water to the first story still remains an elusive dream. So, sir, when it comes to NIS, every single contributor becomes nervous. The scheme is in dire straits and could very well collapse. The blame for this must be placed squarely at the foot of the board chairman, Dr. Roger Longchamp, and his board members. To begin the rescue of this scheme, the board must resign. Then a thorough investigation into its structure must, over the last 20 years, must be undertaken. This is a board which has ignored actuarial warnings in 2001 and 2007. They only woke up last year when they saw the first deficit of 371 million. 2011 report. That's when they woke up. They were dreaming. They made poor investments. Like, for example, $6 billion is given to Clico. And we can expect, of course, no returns on that loss. They gave $2 billion to the Borges Bridge, and as yet, still no return, not even a reduction in the cost of travel over that bridge. They have a large amount of self-employed persons also in the mining, fishing, and timber industries. These persons remain outside of the compliance field. They are aware of corrupt practices of business bodies, some business bodies, who prefer to pay their rate rather than meet their obligations to the scheme. And they wrongly blame the failing an aging population. Now, in order to hide one of the actuary's recommendations of raising contribution to 15%, they raised it instead by 1%. It is now 14%. But in order to please their friends in the newfound favorite sector, they engage in what I would term questionable legal practices by agreeing to pay the employer's portion of the increase along with the employee's portion. I can understand if they wish to cushion the effect of the raise on poor workers. But what help can you want to give to an employer? Is it because the private sector commission rejected the raise of any reforms to NIS unless they were completely unpaying with the management? Speaker, in spite of the size of the budget, the measures proposed do not bridge the gap between